Hi, I'm Alex. I'm the Devil's Advocate, and today I want to talk about the movie Thunderbolts. I kind of make whatever I want on this channel. I talk about pop culture and how it relates to leftist politics sometimes. But this movie Thunderbolts is really about depression and light spoilers here and there, but I really just wanted to go into how I was not expecting this at all. Me and my fiance went to go see this movie yesterday. We've been having a pretty down weekend, and I just needed to get out of the house. So I said, let's go see this Marvel movie. It's gonna be dumb. It's gonna be action. She's not really into superheroes, but whatever. Let's go see that. I just want to get out of the house. And boy, I did not know how prescient this movie was gonna be. So if you don't know, the Thunderbolts are basically Marvel's Suicide Squad, which is to say, villains, kind of low tier villains, teamed up together to do good on behalf of, usually in the terms of Suicide Squad, the American government, a shadow agency run by Amanda Waller. Here it's Valentina Dufontaine, played by Julia Louis-Dreyfus, who basically just plays her character from Veep, which is fine. I love Veep, and I think that character works well in the MCU. And they're not actually brought together by her in the movie. They are actually all separately working for her, but then she's trying to get rid of evidence of her doings and tries to have them all kill each other. But they don't, and they team up and they escape the secret site where all her stuff is going. And she's doing this because she's gonna get impeached as director of the CIA. So she's trying to cover up everything and not be impeached. So that's her motivation. I'm not gonna go through beat by beat like the whole storyline of the movie, but I will say this movie could have fallen apart very easily. I did just see Captain America Brave New World, whatever, like 2 weeks ago, and that was garbage. It could have been that, but it wasn't. It had, for it being kind of shot very similarly, it felt more like they were using sets and real locations, more so than Captain America. And they actually had a story to tell. Now, it seems like they wanted to touch on racism or a military industrial complex or American empire. I feel like Disney is not going to let those filmmakers touch those subjects at all, and so Captain America just feels empty, much like Falcon and Winter Soldier did. However, this film is about mental illness, and I feel like Disney is doesn't really care that much. So yeah, go ahead, talk about that. And they do. This movie hinges on Yelena, who is Florence Pugh's character, Black Widow's sister from the Black Widow movie, which not many people seen. I seen it. Red Guardian, also from the Black Widow movie, which is Natasha and Yelena's adoptive father, for all intents and purposes, and Bob the Sentry, who is a new character who premieres in this movie. The Sentry is basically Marvel's Superman, but if whenever Superman used his powers, there was a possibility he would be evil. That's kind of what it is. Now, that's what I knew about him going into the movie from the comic books. I don't read much Marvel comics, but I knew that much, that he is very powerful, but also there's always a danger that the Void comes out, and the Void is his evil side. Now, what they do in this movie is they characterize the Void as depression, loneliness, feeling useless, feeling empty. It is a void. Yelena feels like this in the beginning of the film. She is going about her day, which is being like a mercenary, doing mercenary things. She goes to work, she comes home, she drinks, she falls asleep, she wakes up, she goes through it all again. It's become monotonous. She's stagnating. All of these other characters who show up, Ghost from Ant-Man 2, John Walker from Falcon and Winter Soldier, Taskmaster from Black Widow shows up. They all show up to this vault on Valentina's behalf to kill each other. They've all been told to kill each other. They're like, wait a minute, we've all been played. oh no, this is an incinerator, we're all going to die. And they have to team up to get out. Now, they also find Bob in that vault. And Bob is also feeling very useless and like nobody wants him. He says he's a former meth addict and he's kind of just like waiting to die. And like, I don't know why I'm here. I signed up for a medical study. What's going on? They all get out. And all of these characters have some reason why they're feeling useless or stagnating or empty inside. Ghost, because she was raised in a lab and kind of is a assassin, and she's kind of going through what Yelena's going through. I do these missions, I go home, I wake up, I do it again, I don't care. John Walker was supposed to be the new Captain America until Sam took that mantle in the Falcon Winter Soldier show. He's now accepted as Captain America, and John Walker's kind of just shunted to the side. And we see that like his wife left him and with his child, so he's depressed. Taskmaster is immediately killed, which I'm like, cool, because that's Suicide Squad, where you kill somebody to let the audience know anybody can go. And, you know, not that I was thinking anybody can go because this is Marvel and Marvel's not going to do that, nor in the first Suicide Squad movie do you think anyone's going to go after Slipknot, because who the hell was Slipknot? At least Taskmaster was a character who they established. Now, maybe they recognized, hey, people like chatty, comic book, funny Taskmaster and not this mute woman that we have running around. So maybe we'll have a new one in the future. Who knows? But the point is, Bob went, and his medical study that he went to was like another secret super soldier program, right? And we don't know what they did to him exactly, but he's got superpowers now. But when he uses them, or even when he touches someone by accident, unintentionally, they will like relive their worst moment. And we see a little bit of Yelena's, where apparently for her first test as a Black Widow, she had to, like, as a child, she has to lure her one childhood friend to go get murdered. John Walker, we see his wife and child left him, and this also comes back at the end. Everything is paid off. Bob has depression, so his superpowers amplify that. We see him get a glow up after Valentina kind of convinces him to be on her side, that she cares about him. We even get her touching his hand, and we see a little flashback of her backstory, which is that she accidentally got her father killed in some foreign, Spanish, Italian, I don't know. But we don't really go much into that, and that doesn't really matter, other than she's been hurt and she's now hurting other people and doesn't care about anyone else. Fine. Bucky is a congressman and he's trying to impeach her and find evidence to impeach her. So that's where the plot comes in. Now, the Void comes out when Bob is feeling useless or depressed, or really it comes out at the end of the movie when he's not listening to Valentina anymore. He took care of the Thunderbolts, beat them all up, and then he's like, why am I listening to you? I'm a god. You told me I was all the Avengers combined, and one of them is a god, so I'm more than a god, actually. She's like, damn it, all right. Kill switch. They hit the kill switch, which is, I guess, something that just kills him immediately. But it doesn't, because they send in like a task force up there to go get the body, and they're like, there's no body. And then people are just looking in the sky, and there's this black figure. And the way they shoot him is really interesting. It looks like a Void. It looks like it's like a horror movie character. It looks like the fucking Babadook. He's got just 2 pins of white light for eyes. It is very creepy. And then he starts just shadowing people. He just waves his hand, and people just poof into shadow. And then it starts consuming the city, New York City. And that's depression. That's depression. You feel so bad, so empty inside, and you start bringing other people in to make them feel as bad as you do, because misery loves company. Yelena decides in this moment that she's going in. because yeah, they were saving people from rubble, and they all felt like a team and like they were doing some good. Red Guardian's there. You save a little girl from falling debris, and then poof, she's Shadow. So effectively, as the audience and them, we think that he just murdered a little, like it was crazy. Yelena starts walking away, gets a pep talk from Red Guardian, which legit made me tear up, made my fiance tear up. And she, again, does not like superheroes. She had no idea who any of these characters were going in. But we were both tearing up as he explains to her, yeah, we feel this. We all feel depression. We all regret our mistakes, our trauma. We all understand. It never goes away. It never goes away. But if you share it with other people, it can help lighten the load. And that is the message of this movie. And that's why this movie works. This movie works because it has a message. Without that message, this is a boring, vaguely action-packed mess of a film with no through line. With the through line of it's about depression, it's about Yelena recognizing that she has it and how to get over it by relying on her father and these new friends. And it's about Bob learning that he has these new friends and he can overcome it, even though his depression is literally a supervillain now. That's what makes this movie work. Not all the tie-ins to here's what's going to be coming next from Marvel, and here's the tie-ins to the Avengers and tie-ins to all this other stuff. No, what makes this movie work is the heart. And the heart is Yelena, Red Guardian, and Bob. Without those things, this movie doesn't work. It is fantastic. I implore you all to see it. Please let me know if you've seen it in the comments. Like and subscribe. This is not the end. I just wanted to mention that. But it is quite amazing that a movie I had no expectations for. I had a little bit of expectations for Captain America. They hyped that one up big. To be like, this is phase 5. Come on, everybody, we're back. And that one was garbage. And this one, that they're just like, okay, it's coming out, but like, I mean, they kind of marketed it as a movie of like showing the stunts they've done because they wanted to be like, hey, no green screens. Come on, guys, please come see this movie. I think word of mouth is going to be the thing that's put this movie over the top because it is fun, it is funny, it is also heartbreaking, heartwarming, all the feelings, bittersweet, actually sweet. This is Marvel coming back. This is the best Marvel movie since No Way Home. And I only say No Way Home not because of all the cameos and bullshit, because No Way Home could have also been a boring ass, like, oh, it's just cameos and action and whatever. No Way Home was about Peter Parker recognizing loss and learning to live with it. That's what it was about. And not just losing Aunt May, but losing everyone in his life because no one remembers who Peter Parker is. And accepting that and doing the heroic sacrifice and what that means, particularly as Spider-Man. Because that's what Spider-Man does. He gets shit on. This movie is about depression and what that feels like and how you need help. And it's okay to need help. You don't have to be alone all the time. Every character in this film is purposefully there because they feel alone. They've kind of been discarded by the MCU in general, like Ghost, who hasn't shown up since Ant-Man 2. I wish we got a little bit more of her in this movie. She kind of just acts as like Yelena's buddy, even though they're not friends. They've just met. They're just kind of two chatty girl characters as opposed to John Walker, because there's really the three of them for a while. I wish we got a little more of her. I wish we got a little touch more of John Walker. We got enough. Like, I'm not mad at it. And we got, why he's upset, why he feels like what he's doing is right still. And what he's really running away from, which is the fact that his family left him. And we get a little bit of Bucky, too, kind of recognizing, and I wish we got a touch more him, too. Not so much, because he really just advances the plot. But touch on, yeah, man, you have trauma, too. You have trauma of being 90 plus years old and your best friend is either old and living his golden years, or he's dead. And you're just left here. And there's no team anymore, so you have no friends. But it really comes down to, like, share your load with your friends.
Bruh.
I know that sounded very funny, but, like, do. Share your emotions with your friends. Tell them that you're feeling bad. It's okay to not be okay. That is the lesson of this movie. That's why this movie's fucking great. That's why I encourage you all to go see it. It's fantastic. I'm not spoiling nothing. I didn't even spoil nothing. Even the big climactic shit at the end. I didn't spoil nothing. And they do a great third act. There's no sky beam. There's no fucking big punch out, and that's it with the thing, like a secret invasion. There's no... It's... works within the context of the movie. You are tearing up while it's happening. You are rooting for all these characters who you just met, especially my fiance, who just met these characters, had no idea who they were. She is rooting for them. You want them to succeed. And yes, they do. Spoilers, succeed. But you'll have to go see the movie to find out how. It does set up stuff for the MCU, so if you're really all about that, like, there's plenty in there for you. But I just wanted to emphasize that this movie is a great movie about depression, found family, and how to not stagnate in your life, and how to let other people help. That's it. Go see it. Like and subscribe.